In this lesson, we will talk about utilizing the source panel window. To start, let's go into the project panel window, double-click on one of the clips. This will open up the source panel window. Using the timeline cursor in the source panel window, we can scrub through and watch this clip, or we can play it. We can use the different buttons below, such as add a marker, to place a marker on this clip that's separate from in the timeline where we can also add markers. We can select our in and out points. We can go to the in, go to the out, or move one frame at a time. At the end here we have export frame. This is how to save a picture from inside Premiere Pro. And then we can name it, choose a format such as JPEG or PNG, choose the path where it's going to be saved, and whether or not we want to import it into the project. Click OK, and then this image will be saved to your computer. Okay, so what we can do is go to the beginning and scrub through the clip, and I like that as the starting point. So we can either hit this button here or press I on our keyboard to mark the in point. You'll notice that now the in point starts here. Then we can click play or scrub through. And I like that as the out point, maybe a couple frames earlier. Then we can either click this to mark the out point or click O on our keyboard. Once we've marked our in and out point, we can click anywhere on the image and hold, and then drag down into the timeline, such as, and it'll bring just the in and out portion that we've selected, and we can click and drop it on any layer we want. Let's delete that. Or we can simply bring down the drag video only, and then it's the exact same result. If this footage did have audio attached to it, then we can choose to simply just bring the video portion alone, just the audio portion, or if we do here, it'll bring both. There are a couple other options which are a little more advanced, but basically you can insert or overwrite footage into your timeline directly, such as my timeline cursor exists right here in the middle of this clip. So with our in and out selected, if we were to insert it, you can see that it placed the clip in the middle of those two clips. It actually cut it and inserted in between. The other option is the overwrite feature. With our in and out selected, if we press this button, depending on where our timeline cursor is in our edit, it will place the clip that we've selected and remove any part after this section for the duration of this clip. For example, our timeline cursor used to be right here, and we used to have the second portion of the clip here. However, overwriting the clip deleted what used to be there and pasted the new portion. The source panel window is just another way of selecting clips and bringing them into your timeline. I tend to use the all footage method of choosing my selects. However, a lot of editors choose to highlight their clips in the source panel, choose their selects from here, and drag them into their edit. Either one works. Another thing you'll notice in the source panel as well as the program monitor, that there is an area here that says fit. This is the select zoom level of this window. So for example, if we go into source, select here, and go to 150%, it will zoom in on our footage. And we can use the scrolling areas to move around in the clip. Let's go back to fit. The same thing works within our program monitor for any footage that we have down here. So let's go to this clip here, fit, change that to 400%, and then it zooms in quite a bit and we can move around and see where we need to go. Let's set that back to fit. You can also see a representation that our timecode cursor is at 2616, which is the same here. Those two numbers represent the same thing. This number on the right side is the total duration of all the footage or content we have in our edit. Okay, in the next lesson we will go over some basic editing such as trimming and moving clips around.